Okay, so something a lot of people are doing recently on YouTube is making like videos on what PLLs they use. And what a PLL is, if you're not familiar with it, it's the last step in the Fridrich's method, which is the advanced method for solving the Rubik's Cube. And it stands for permutation of the last layer, which just means getting these top layer pieces in their right spots. And there are 21 PLLs, and I'll go through each one of them and which ones I use. Alright, so I'll start with like the most needed PLL, which I think is the T permutation. So the T permutation switches these two edges, or these two corners, and these two edges. And that goes like this. R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. Now there are two U perms. One will switch these three edges clockwise, and the other will switch them counterclockwise. So the one that switches them clockwise is R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime. And that'll switch those three edges. Now the inverse of that, that'll just switch those three pieces counterclockwise, is R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. Now those are the three most important algorithms in my opinion. You can solve the Rubik's Cube using 2-look, OLL, and PLL, just using those three for the PLL. But moving on from there, if you want to learn all 21 cases, I would next learn the Y permutation, which is really similar to the T permutation. Alright, so what the Y does is it switches these two corners and these two edges. And it goes like this. F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. The next easiest permutation would be the F perm, because it's pretty much the same as the T perm, and it starts out differently. You do R prime, U prime, F prime, and then just do the T permutation, but stop before you do that last F prime move and instead do U, R, and that'll switch these two edges and these two corners. Next one is the H perm, and that'll just switch these two edges and these two edges. So that is M2, U prime, M2, U2, M2, U prime, M2. Now the Z permutation will switch these two edges and these two edges. And that's similar to H. It's M2, U prime, M2, U prime, M prime, U2, M2, U2, M prime, U2. There are two J perms, what I like to call a left-hand J perm and a right-hand J perm. So the right-hand J perm will switch these two edges and these two corners. And that is R, U, L prime, U2, R, U prime, R prime, U2, R, L, U prime. The other J perm is the left-hand J perm, and that goes like this. L, U prime, R, U2, L prime, U, L, U2, R prime, L prime, U. There are also two R perms. Again, right hand R perm and left hand R perm. So the right hand is R, U2, R, U2, R prime, F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, R prime, F prime, R2, U prime. And that'll switch these two edges, or these two edges, and these two corners. The inverse of that being the left-hand R prime, which is just L, U2, L prime, U2, L, F prime, L prime, U prime, L, U, L, F, L2, U. So as you can see, a lot of these PLLs have mirrors, so left hand and right hand, and the A Perms do as well. So the right hand is L, W prime, U, R prime, D2, R, U prime, R prime, D2, R2. And that'll switch these three corners counterclockwise. Is it counterclockwise? Sorry, clockwise. The left-hand A perm, again, it's just the mirror, is RW, U prime, L, D2, L prime, U, L, D2, L2. And that'll just switch those three corners the opposite way. So the E perm is one of my least favorite PLLs. I haven't found a better way of doing this. I'm sure there is. I didn't put a lot of effort into looking for it. But the algorithm I use is L, U prime, R, D2, R prime, U, R, L prime, U prime, L, D2, L, U, R prime. And that switches these two corners and these two corners. The next PLL is the V perm, and that switches these two edges and these two corners. And that is L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L, U2, R, U2, R prime. The next algorithm is the N perm. Well, there are actually two N perms, and they're kind of mirrors. So the first one is L, U prime, R, U2, L prime, U, R prime, L, U, R, U2, L, U, R prime, U. And that switches these two edges and these two corners. The other N perm is similar. It's L prime, U, R prime, U2, L, U prime, R, L prime, U, R prime, U2, L, U prime, R. And then, I guess, U prime, if you just want to line it back up. There are four more. They're the G Perms, but to be honest, they're really confusing, long, and hard to learn. I'll make a separate video on those if requested, but I doubt it will be. I'll leave the algorithms in the description. Okay guys, that's it. I hope this helped. I know that there are a lot of confusing PLL videos out there, and I'm sure this one was too. I hope it was informative. If you have any questions, just private message me, and I'll get back to all of them. Alright, thanks.